I think my generation, Gen Z, are definitely more self-aware on how the system that we live in, studying hard and getting a job, would most certainly fail us, especially seeing how after each generation the job market has only gotten worse and never better. And I think some millennials might get what I'm saying, but Gen Alpha, the generation after me, will most certainly get it. And the thing is that the only thing certain in life is uncertainty, and the certain thing about that uncertainty is betrayal, especially how we are expecting to get retrenched twice in our entire lifetime. And that number is only going to get higher, especially with how corporations are trying to squeeze everything for profit. So the most logical thing that we can do is to find instability, the most unconventional path. Because it doesn't make sense to find stability in the chaos, right? When you know that you're gonna get laid off in the next 1 to 2 years, or don't know how many years, you it really don't make sense for you to even find or try to get a career in that, right? I understand that most of us would need a job to survive, but what I'm saying is that do not make it your identity, right? It actually brings me to this recent meetup that I had with a friend, right? I actually met him and we were talking, so I was just asking him like, hey, like what were you doing? Like what are you doing with your life right now? And the first thing that he told me was not his hobby and not any other thing that he has done in his life, but rather his work. And to me, it seems like the most NPC conversation, right? That's something that I understand if you're saying that to your colleague or maybe some strangers, but to say that to your own friend, it feels kind of weird to me, right? I think especially when we start getting older, there seems to be a priority on careers, right? In the past, maybe we will be talking about certain everything other than school, other than work. But as you grow older, I think there's maybe some ego attached to it, which is why we start describing work even to our own friends. And it seems kind of strange because I know what you do, right? We are friends, so I know what he is doing. So when he went the route, it felt kind of weird, but and it felt kind of sad at the same time because if you were to make a conversation with your friend and about your work being your identity, right? You are definitely bound to say that to everyone else. So what I'm trying to say here is that do not make your career your identity. Your identity is bound by many different things. And in the system that you know that will betray you, why not take the chance to explore different things, right? And for me myself, right, I actually had many different type of jobs, right? I grew up being a waiter, I did catering, I did sales, being a promoter as well. I did telemarketing, marketing, and also even being an actor. Actually, more like an extra, not really acting. So I guess I had many different type of experience. It did not lead me anywhere, but these experiences are mine, right? I met many interesting characters to say, and did it help me in my career? Most certainly not. But did it help me gain perspective? I definitely most certain, right? Because it's only through that I had gained some life perspective, right? When you are working in many different areas, you meet many different and interesting characters. Some positively inspiring, maybe some maybe negatively inspiring. I'm not sure if that is the word as well. Uninspiring, yes, maybe. But you still have those experiences, and those experiences are your own, right? For most of us, we would definitely need a job, but in the job market currently right now, where you know that you won't you and you are not rewarded for your loyalty to them, are you sure you want to take this path of stability? Because this stability that you have is an illusion, right? Is only stable until the next layoff. I think I've been talking a bit too much about layoff, especially in my last video. But the thing that I want to talk more about here is taking the opportunity to really try new things, because that is the only thing that makes sense. And something that I can't put my head around is Gen Zs are really self-aware on how the system would betray us, but yet we really hold on tight and hope that this system will somehow get better. Right? We dread trying to get a job. We dread having to work. We dread everything about work. And by work I mean the typical 9 to 5, right? The stable job that we have, or stable. But the thing is, why do we struggle with that? I think for me as well, I actually don't struggle with those thoughts even when I was still jobless and finding a job, right? I wasn't really feeling worthless because I didn't have a job, which is what I feel that most job seekers, right? If you're watching this video, you probably might feel helpless as well. The thing is that your worth and everything is not tied to whether you have a job, right? Society might tell you so. I did face everything, criticism, especially from the people closest to me when I was finding a job. And I understand what you guys are facing as well. But through that as well, if your mind can tell yourself that you are who you are because of your experiences, your worth is up to yourself, then you would have this mental barrier that protects you from all the outside negativeness. And it allows you to expand yourself and take on new opportunities, right? Did some of these opportunities came to me when I was looking for a job? Yeah, because I was actually exploring around and still doing my own things, right? I wasn't just looking for a job. I was also doing many other things on the side as well, right? It could be productive related and not as well. And but I was doing it all. And that's where I also actually did many, I would say, arts arts related things, right? I started reading the Bible and the Quran. I did Muay Thai as well, just to list a few of the things that I was doing actively, right? It does not have to be productive, it just needs to contribute to your own experience, right? Make your life as it would be without regrets when you get older, right? Don't struggle with just, what I'm trying to say is just that do not remain negative. Do not try to find stability in this unstable path, because you are bound to get betrayed. Don't fixate your mind on this path that you're going on, especially when you know deep down everything that I'm saying here, right? You know everything that I'm saying here deep down, but yet your mind betrays you. Your heart want to say says one thing, but your mind betrays you. So yeah, I guess that's all I really want to talk about today is find the opportunities, put yourself in positions to get those opportunities, and never stop learning as well. Really, I mean, just try anything, right? So yeah, once again, thank you guys for listening, and see you guys in the next video.